Insane move! Xavi Hernández emerges as Spurs' #1 choice, Thomas Frank on the brink as Tottenham prepare a managerial reset. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham's managerial crisis has taken a dramatic new turn, with explosive reports claiming the club have already made direct contact with Xavi Hernández to sound him out as the next head coach. According to Tom Barclay of The Sun, Spurs have reached the point of no return with Thomas Frank, and the hierarchy now believe a complete change of direction is unavoidable. Frank's time is almost up. Results have collapsed, performances have regressed, and belief inside the dressing room has evaporated. Senior figures at the club are said to feel the project under Frank has run out of ideas, personality, and credibility. The defeat to West Ham was merely the final blow in a season that has spiraled beyond control. Against that backdrop, Tottenham have turned their attention to Xavi Hernández, a manager they see as a symbol of authority, identity, and elite standards. The former Barcelona boss is viewed internally as a figure capable of restoring tactical coherence, commanding respect instantly, and re-establishing a footballing philosophy that Spurs have completely lost. Contact has already been made. Spurs have outlined their vision and made it clear they want Xavi to lead a full rebuild. The belief inside the club is that this squad, while flawed, has been catastrophically mismanaged. They see Xavi as someone who could impose structure, positional discipline, and intensity. Three things that have been glaringly absent under Frank. However, Xavi is not rushing. He is said to be analysing his options carefully, fully aware that Tottenham are not the only club monitoring his availability. Ajax have also expressed interest, but Spurs believe the scale of the Premier League, the financial backing, and the opportunity to reshape an entire project gives them a strong edge. Meanwhile, Thomas Frank remains in a bizarre limbo. Internally, many already consider him finished. The only debate left is timing, whether to pull the trigger immediately or delay until after the Champions League clash against Borussia Dortmund. Frank's authority is described as paper-thin, and even his own staff are preparing for the inevitable. Should Frank be dismissed before that match, assistant coach John Heitinga has been placed on standby to take charge on an interim basis. It would be a temporary solution, purely designed to stabilise the chaos while negotiations with Xavi continue. What is undeniable is this: Tottenham are done drifting. The club's leadership accepts that the Frank experiment has failed on every meaningful level, tactically, emotionally, and culturally. The fans have turned, the players look lost, and the season is collapsing in slow motion. Xavi Hernández now stands at the centre of Tottenham's reset plans. Whether he accepts or not will define the next chapter, but Spurs have made their move. Spurs' long-term interest in Curtis Jones has quietly resurfaced as part of a wider midfield rethink in North London, and there is growing optimism inside the club that the Liverpool man could yet become a realistic target. According to The Times journalist Paul Joyce, Spurs had been closely monitoring Jones as they searched for midfield solutions following a deeply disappointing first half of the campaign, where balance, control, and intensity in the middle of the pitch were sorely lacking. Jones's name was firmly on Tottenham's radar as they assessed profiles capable of operating at Premier League tempo while offering technical quality and tactical intelligence. The England international fits that brief perfectly. Calm in possession, press-resistant and increasingly authoritative, Jones has matured into a reliable performer at Anfield, shaking off earlier doubts and establishing himself as a genuine first-team option under Arne Slot. Tottenham's immediate focus shifted after completing a £35 million move for Conor Gallagher, a deal that temporarily cooled their pursuit of Jones. However, that does not mean interest has vanished. Far from it. Spurs' recruitment team remain aware that Jones's contractual situation could open doors sooner rather than later. With just 18 months remaining on his current deal, Liverpool face a delicate decision: tie him down or risk serious interest from rivals as the summer approaches. Slot's public praise has only underlined Jones's value, describing him as a complete midfielder and highlighting his importance whenever he has been unavailable. Yet football at elite level is ruthless, and Liverpool are navigating a period of transition, juggling injuries, squad evolution, and major contract negotiations. In that context, no player's future can be considered entirely secure. From Tottenham's perspective, the appeal is obvious. Jones represents a rare blend of Premier League experience and untapped upside. He has already survived competition, periods on the bench, and intense scrutiny at a club fighting on multiple fronts. That resilience is exactly what Spurs believe has been missing in key moments this season. There is a sense in North London that if Jones does not commit his future to Liverpool in the coming months, Tottenham could be well placed to reignite talks. The club see him not as a short-term fix, but as a midfielder who could anchor their rebuild, offering stability now and leadership in the years ahead. Should the door even slightly open, Spurs are ready to push, convinced that Curtis Jones could be a defining addition to their midfield evolution. Tottenham are increasingly confident they are leading the chase for Monaco star Magnus Akliouche, with growing belief inside the club that the deal is there to be done. Spurs are being strongly tipped to come out on top in the race for the highly rated French attacker, who has impressed this season with his creativity, versatility and end product in League One. Akliouche has been on Tottenham's radar for some time, and that long-standing interest is now gathering serious momentum. Journalist George Sessions has added significant weight to the story, suggesting Spurs are in a prime position to secure the 22-year-old either during the current window or at the end of the season. Behind the scenes, there is a clear feeling that Tottenham never truly walked away from the player after monitoring him closely last summer. At that point, Monaco were preparing for his departure and set a daunting valuation, with figures around £60 million discouraging several suitors. Tottenham were among the clubs who admired the player but were unwilling to meet such a steep price. Fast forward to now, and the landscape has shifted dramatically. Monaco's stance has softened, and Akliouche is suddenly viewed as a far more attainable target. What makes Akliouche particularly attractive to Spurs is his tactical flexibility. He can operate across the front line, drift between the lines, and influence games both centrally and out wide. Tottenham see him as a modern attacker capable of unlocking deep defences while also contributing defensively, a profile they believe fits perfectly with their evolving squad. Sessions has also indicated that Tottenham have no intention of breaking their transfer record this window, but crucially, they do not need to. Monaco's asking price has dropped significantly, with sources suggesting a bid in the region of £50 million could be enough to finalise the deal. That figure places Akliouche firmly within Spurs' reach and makes the move far more realistic than it appeared just months ago. Akliouche is young, proven at a high level and already delivering tangible output, including multiple assists this season. The club believe his best years are still ahead of him and that he could become a cornerstone of their attacking unit. As the window progresses, confidence is growing in North London that Tottenham are well placed to strike. That wraps up today's update. If you like this video and want to keep up with all the latest Tottenham news, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any updates. Remember to leave a like and share this video with fellow Spurs supporters. Together we can continue growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, come on you Spurs!